Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, welcome to episode 4 of the Cheeky Chatter podcast. I didn't think we'd make 4 episodes, but here we are once again. I don't know why you guys keep coming back, but thank you for doing so. This is, of course, Klug, joined by my other host, Tyler, Lucas, our resident ginger, Nick, Phil, and this week we have a very special episode because we are joined by 2 guests. 2 young lovers, one might say.
Yeah.
Tommy and Nicolina. Please say hi. Introduce yourselves a little bit, you two.
Hello, everyone. I am Tommy. I am dating Nicolina.
Hi, guys. I'm Nicolina. I'm dating Tommy.
I think what could be important for this is how did you guys first meet? You know, like what's the detail for how you guys really fell for each other? You know.
Oh my god.
Cool. Look, this isn't a dating show. What are we doing here?
This is important information.
I mean, I kind of want to know the answer now.
Exactly.
Yeah, he already asked the
doesn't?
question. I mean, you can't not answer
I'll
it.
start this one. So I think I don't really remember the first time we met in person, but the first contact we ever had with each other. One of my favorite artists is Whit Lowry, and I posted something on Snapchat of just a video of the skyline or something, and in the background is Whit Lowry's song. And
Love Whit Lowry. Love him. Great.
Thank you, Click. But so Nicolina, I got a message from her. I'd never talked to her before. It was maybe beginning of sophomore
I
year.
swiped up.
And she's like, "Oh my god, is that Whit Lowry? I love him so much," or something generic like that. And then I think we talked for a little bit about just Whit Lowry, and then we didn't talk again for a year after that. But that was the first encounter, I think.
Wait,
Nicolina,
that
are you
was-
actually a Whit Lowry fan?
Oh, not at all. Well, I am now.
That I
but-
figured as
Whoa,
much.
wait, so were you just
I am
trying to
now.
hit on Tommy?
Wow.
Yeah, 100%. I was.
Okay.
I had not listened to a single Whit Lowry song, so I googled him real quick.
That didn't sound like you.
Yeah, well,
Whit Lowry,
but now,
Yeah,
Great
did
artist.
you do research on Whit Lowry just to talk to Tommy?
yeah, I googled some of his songs.
That's
and,
dedication.
I
Yeah,
respect
that
that.
is
the lyrics.
dedication.
I respect that.
Simp.
Hey, but Tommy, that's just not the
Yes,
first
Tommy.
time we interacted.
Oh, I haven't heard an extension to this.
Is there more?
When was the
There's-
first time you
Was
laid
it?
eyes
I
on?
think
That
the
was-
first time we ever interacted was in sophomore wellness. We were watching March Madness together.
Oh,
you
I thought
remember
that
that?
happened afterwards.
No, that was before, and then the
Was it
Whit
like a
Lowry
love at
thing
first
was,
sight kind of thing, or?
No, because I didn't even know he existed for
Yeah.
a while.
Oh,
Yeah, because we were watching at someone else's laptop, and she was on the left and I was on the right, so we had just a Romeo and Juliet just wall in the middle, or is that pure misanthropy? I don't even know.
Wow,
Just
March
a
Madness,
wall.
the true matchmaker.
Yeah, but then so he posted that thing about Whit Lowry, and I don't know. I guess I was bored, so I was like, we're gonna talk to this kid, see what's up. So I did a little research and kind of
poor little Tommy.
slid into his DMs, and we started
Hey,
talking.
you know what? At least you did the sliding and he didn't have to. That's
Yeah.
progress for us boys. That's hope for every man out there.
That
The
we don't
girls
have to
do
do it.
slide in sometimes. We don't have to all the time.
And then we started talking a little bit more. And then I was going to Will's one day with my dad to buy paint or whatever. And I texted him that I was going to be there because I wanted to say hi because as you all know, that's where he works. And
Wow,
I
just
texted
exposed
him
Tommy.
and I
Yeah,
did
wow.
not I did not
Dox him.
see him. We bought our paint and left and whatever, and I was really sad. And he was like, "Oh, sorry, I was in the back doing whatever." And then a year goes by, we're dating, whatever. Tommy, do you want to tell them what really happened?
You can do the honors.
So he saw me in the store and he hid from me in the back. And he didn't tell me until a year into our relationship, he was like, "Oh, remember that one day when you came in to see me and I told you I was like busy and I missed." He was like, "Yeah, no, actually, I just hid from you because I was nervous."
Those are smooth moves right there, Tommy.
Thank you. You know,
You know, I'm impressed. Like, I don't understand how that works. Like, you know how my brother and his girlfriend fell for each other? My brother basically, like, did not on purpose, but essentially pushed her down the stairs, is what she tells me.
What?
Like, at school. Like, they were in high school together and she pushed him down the stairs. I'm like, how does that work? You hide from someone, you push someone down the stairs? Is that how love works? Is that
you gotta keep them
Is
coming
that the
back from
secret?
work
Like-
later.
keep them on their toes?
Is she into falling?
No, cause I was just like nervous, you know. Cause I definitely knew I had a crush on her, and then like we had not talked that much in person, and seeing her like anywhere outside of school, especially, it was just like, what do I do? What do I say? Let's just avoid this altogether, and it worked.
Well, there you go.
I guess
Hey.
so.
Fair.
So take the lesson, boys. If you're into a girl, just make sure you ignore her completely. Avoid her,
Absolutely
ignore her.
not.
Played the,
That's the
played
lesson,
the long
right?
con.
The long
hard,
con.
What's it called?
Oh my god.
The hard to get.
Hard
do
to get.
not do that. Absolutely the opposite.
I mean,
Well,
you
then,
fell
how
for
did
it,
this work
We
Nicolina.
have a
out?
success
so-
story.
Okay, but I'm like the one like chance encounter that happens. Like
You're
for
the
everyone else
1%.
out there, like don't do that.
Why not? Do you want to give us some advice?
Yeah. Your podcast should honestly just turn into like a advice column. I could
I
Yeah,
don't
get
think
down
we-
to
they're
that.
not-
let's get dating advice from 4 single men. 5 single men. Sorry, I'm forgetting someone.
Don't play hard to get. No, girls like attention. Every single girl is needy in some way or another. They just want attention. That's
I mean,
Yeah,
that's
we know
pretty-
you're needy.
Yeah, we know that.
hey.
We all know. We don't pretend not to know. And that's all girls. To some extent, I feel like.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
don't want to speak
I'm not
for
saying it's a
the
bad
female
thing, I'm
race,
just-
but from, my experience and from like my friends and everything, I think everyone just, they want to feel like someone cares about them and wants to talk to them all the time. That's it. That's pretty much it.
Well, thank you for that lovely story. As anticlimactic as it was, I was hoping for some like Romeo Juliet type romance shit. But hey, you know what?
I don't think you want that.
I wanted
Look,
something.
You've read.
You know?
You've read that book.
you
Well, I
mean
didn't
like
want
where
them
we
to-
Read the play.
where we kill ourselves or like?
No, I
Yeah.
didn't want them to both end themselves.
Yeah, some
I
of
just-
that.
Hasn't
That's what
happened yet.
Lucas wanted. No, I was just looking for some kind of something I could make a story out of. But you know what? That's fine. So, we're now gonna move on. I will let Lucas handle this part as it is his week, I do believe.
I was
Going
excited
ready?
for this advice column, but I guess not.
Going right into joke boat.
We did our advice column. Nicolina gave her advice.
If
Do you
you
really
have-
want to
That's
hear?
that's your only advice, Nicolina?
Do you
Well,
really want to hear
I don't
4
know.
single dudes give dating advice?
I could
Nick,
I
give.
wanted to
do you
hear
have-
her dating advice.
I could give
Nick,
some
do
more
you
advice.
have,
I feel like we could each give advice. Nicolina, you should give one more thing of advice, and then I'll spill my expertise to the choir.
I wouldn't call you an expert, but okay. Let's
God
see.
damn.
Do you have Nick, do you have a specific question in mind? Like,
No, I wanted you to keep going, but
okay. I'm trying to think of like
I have a
common
question.
things. Okay, go ahead.
What do girls notice first about a guy? If you had to say.
Oh,
Again, I don't know if I can speak for everyone, but I feel like one of the biggest things are like eyes and smile are probably tied if you're talking about like looks. Other than that, I feel like a lot of girls are drawn to guys who are funny. Like,
Wait, so let's get this right. You're saying eyes, smile, and being funny, and you fell for Tommy. Are you sure? You want to
it makes
rephrase that?
perfect sense.
I think Tommy's funny.
so how do you
And-
improve your eyes? because I got some boring eyes.
Eat carrots, dude. Isn't that how you do it? Is it
That's
like
how
a
you improve
vision
your
thing?
eyesight. Is there a way to make
Oh.
my green eyes like
They do
go
those
from,
color
like,
contacts. You can make them like
those?
purple.
Oh my
I'm
God.
scared of touching my eyes.
Yeah, that's fair.
If I don't think I could survive surgery.
What if
for,
a
like,
dude walk
LASIK
up to you and he's
surgery.
just got like purple eyes and like dyed nails? He's like, "What's up, baby?" You know, I
No.
don't think that's a look. I don't think that's a.
Oh my gosh. I think it probably just depends. I mean, I don't know. I guess I've heard from a lot of girls that, like, you know, if you're like someone who's funny and can make you personally laugh is like a big thing. Any other
Max?
questions?
Long hair, short hair.
Short hair. This might just be like my preference, but I don't really vibe with a man bun. I think it looks great on some people, but I guess short hair.
Or what about like an in between?
Yeah, like the John B. Do you find John B attractive?
Who? Oh, is that from Outer Banks?
Yeah, that guy.
Well, I haven't watched Outer Banks yet,
You
but
should just
Are you
Google
not
it.
on Netflix every single night?
yeah, but I
How do you-
haven't gotten into it yet.
It's a good show. That's what I'm saying. I enjoyed it personally.
So we're all funny people. Why don't we have girlfriends then? You know, I mean, especially my man Phil here.
Describe our
Look at him, he's
flaws.
hilarious.
Tell us our flaws.
Tell us exactly what's wrong.
No, that's so
Okay.
mean. I'm not
We should
doing
do that. Start with me. Just got intense.
Nicolina, I have a question for you.
Sure.
What have girls been doing the entire quarantine? Because I mean, us guys, we have like video games at night, but what the heck
Are
have
you
you
saying
guys
girls
been
don't
up
play
to?
video games, Tyler?
No, I'm just saying that I'm assuming that like, I mean, Nicolina, you don't play video games, so what have you been up to?
Don't forget about the
Yeah,
hub.
What are you
too.
and
We
your
have
friends
that.
been up to?
Okay.
That's such a valid question, actually. Tommy and I talk about this all the time because I feel like for you guys, like, you just hop on Discord every night and you're like good to go, like in quarantine or whatever.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. I've definitely been binging Netflix a lot.
And you
I've
haven't
been
watched Outer
working,
Banks?
so no, I have not watched Outer Banks. I also didn't
I haven't
watch
either, but I mean,
I also didn't watch Tiger King. Don't come at
Oh no.
oh,
me.
You missed the
I didn't watch
greatest
it either.
part of early 2020 before it really hit
I
the
know.
fan.
Yeah. I don't know. Quarantine has definitely not been the best just because I feel like it's harder to connect with people who don't like video game because I feel like you guys have such a great outlet and I
yeah.
don't share in that.
I mean, everyone's welcome in our. So it's not like a thing that we reserve. You know,
Yeah, Nicolina, buy an Xbox. Come play zombies with us.
we don't
We haven't
reserve
played Black
video
Ops
games.
in-
You haven't
Everyone's
played
welcome.
zombies
Wow.
in so long.
I need to fix my Xbox. That's why.
Yeah, I'd play if you guys had a fucking PC. I don't want to sit there with my remote controller hitting sticks.
I feel like if
Oh,
I did have an Xbox, I probably would love Rocket League. I've heard great things.
Oh my god.
Good
Tommy
game.
poisoned her.
Rocket
It
League
is a fun game. It
a
is a fun game.
Probably ever start playing Apex too, huh?
Dude, I would slap up Tommy on Rocket League any day.
Do you want to do joke boat now?
I'm ready.
Sure.
All right,
So-
Lucas. Yeah, you want to just get
I mean,
a quick...
it's kind of, yeah. Wait, should I like explain it a little bit? You think?
Yeah, just a quick
I mean,
explanation.
They don't
I'm
know
sure
what it is
people
by
know what-
now. Yeah.
So,
Just a quick
if for
thing.
some reason you still don't know what Jokeboat is, if you didn't listen to our previous episodes, it is
Go
a
do
mini
that.
game in the Jackbox party games where, basically you put together the sentence that everyone else like throws random nouns into, and then you try to form a joke. But on the podcast, we were just making it up on the spot. So I came up with a sentence, like a prompt, and then everyone else will just be trying to come up with something funny. Are we ready?
Let's hear it.
All right. The one I came up with, I would describe my love life as blank, or as blank, semicolon, blank. And
That's a
that's
good
what
one.
because would be.
That's a lot of blanks. Now I have to think.
Only two.
It's only
Wait, can you
two,
say
Nick.
that?
Three
It's the
blanks.
amount as all the other.
No,
No,
he didn't mean.
No,
no. Okay, I'll say it again for you, Nick. I would describe my love life as blank, semicolon, blank.
Oh, okay.
like because, but the semicolon.
Yeah.
hmm
Kind
I know Nick's not the grammar guy here, but that's okay.
Yeah, obviously. I don't know how I'm gonna survive with my intro to writing next year, but
This is true.
uh,
I feel like it's only appropriate for either Tommy or Nicolina to start.
Yeah, I thought it was funny
Um,
as soon as Tommy and Nicolina got done with their love story. Tyler was like, "All right, Lucas, you want to do joke boat?" Then we went on to a different rant. So
Yeah, the thing. I mean, I don't even know what.
That's what we do, though, right?
I didn't even know what the prompt was.
Was this joke boat prompt inspired by our guests?
no, it wasn't actually,
Oh, okay.
but I guess it does make sense.
I have absolutely no ideas.
I mean, I can start us off if we want. Just you want me to start us off?
Sure.
go for it.
I would describe my love life as a unicorn, non-existent.
That's a good one.
That's good.
Clug went with the easy route of snagging the non-existent thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
whatever
I
he just-
had.
I
mean,
had
come
the
on.
unicorn too.
Yeah, I was
Just
trying to
Oh, you
think
had
of something.
unicorn.
I was trying to think
but
of
I
something
don't
more
think of a new one.
ridiculous, but
I was trying to come up with something, but
I didn't want to be too outlandish.
I got one.
I'm ready. Let's hear it.
My love
Sure.
life is like fireworks. You think it's gonna turn out to be something, and it like fizzles away, nothing happens, but there's an occasional bang.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I know you guys. We don't have a camera on this, but if we did, you would see our friend Nick here just decided to flex on all of us. Like he put his hands up and which is funny because he's a twig. So there's nothing to be flexing.
I'm not a twig. I had someone tell me after I said I was thin last time. Someone texted me, going, "Are you really that thin?" And I was like, "No." So to our audience, I am not extremely thin. I used to be, not anymore. I
You're
am-
pretty anorexic.
Coming from a thick man, I can tell you, he do be thin.
Oh my god. Okay, well, that was my joke. I hope y'all enjoyed it.
I don't know if it was just Discord or the way you were saying it, but every couple words it just started like speeding up a little bit. It sounded really weird on my
It
end.
didn't sound bad to me. It just
Okay.
sounded like it was extensive,
Yeah.
Alright, who's
It was
next?
funny for reasons.
Tyler, you haven't yet?
I think I got to get the wording down on this.
Yeah, I have to type mine out. I like muted so y'all wouldn't hear my keyboard.
Tommy or Nicolina?
Yeah, let's hear from our guests.
Yeah, I got nothing. Sorry, guys.
Tommy?
No.
You have to think of at least something. I don't care if it's bad.
I'm thinking of one.
I
I mean, you guys heard Nick's joke. It can't be much worse. I'm sorry,
Alright,
Nick.
I
I'm
guess
just
I'll
railing
go.
on you tonight.
Nick just went on a little long. It's fine.
No, I like Nick. So I'm just
Wait,
fucking
can
with
I
him.
change? Can I change the wording of the prompt a little bit, or does it have to be like exact?
It doesn't have to be exact as long as it means the same thing.
Yeah, as long as you get the general gist of what. you just
Okay,
said.
give me a minute. I'm thinking about it.
All right, I'll go in the meantime.
Yep.
All right, my love life is like homework. You can just keep chipping away at it, but in the end, it's all pointless.
But
I like
that was a good
homework,
one.
but homework helps you prepare for life.
No,
So
it's mostly pointless.
Oh,
It's like the busy work homework he's talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah, no, that's what I'm talking about.
We've all had those
Oh,
teachers that give
so
out
you
like
mean
the busy
math
work.
homework?
You know, like Clug, most of our bio work during quarantine
Yeah,
when we had to type the same exact thing like 5 times.
yeah, 6 times in a row. Yeah,
Yeah.
No, that was awesome.
in different documents or in the same one.
And the fact that we did the same exact homework and she didn't even realize it until like 3/4 of the way through the year. She's like, "How come you
Yeah.
guys' work is exactly the same?" I'm like,
Because it is.
Because it is. What do you want me to tell you? We've
Yeah.
been doing this for the entire year.
Yep. All right, Nicolina, have you come up with something?
Well, it's terrible, but I can share it if you really want me to.
Oh, we would love to hear it.
Okay. My love life is like Doritos, a snack. Get it, Tommy?
Can you explain?
Oh.
Tad bit more?
First of all, you didn't even change the wording.
Well,
Yeah,
'cause
exactly.
All right, I was going to, but then I couldn't figure out how to fix it. But it's just because I have a bag of Doritos on my bed from earlier, so I was inspired.
Yeah, you really just the first thing you looked at, you just had to make something out of it.
Yep.
I think I found one.
You found one.
Found one.
What's that supposed to mean?
Like,
don't
I
plagiarize.
got one.
Unless it's
I'm
on our
trying to
bio
perfect
homework,
it.
then we do plagiarize.
You found one in your brain.
Cole, you haven't graduated just yet. I'd be a bit quieter.
I've never plagiarized in my life.
Thank you.
Take me to court. Sue me.
Phil, do you have one?
I have one, but I don't know how to feel about it.
Don't worry, it couldn't be worse than what Nick said about himself.
That's true. Okay. My love life is like the 2007 film I Now Pronounce You, Chuck and Larry, starring Adam Sandler. Because, much like them, I'm pretending to be gay.
Bro, he's trying to get to the sleepover. He's trying to get to the sleepover.
Shh. Clogger. Come on. Don't spell
Hey, if you
secrets.
do, the first person you better let know are the homies. You gotta let the homies know you made it to the
Dude,
sleepover.
I'll let you know.
You gotta run to the bathroom, make that discreet text.
I made it to the sleepover, boys. You think anyone actually tries to do that? Is that a thing that happens?
Yeah, I can tell you firsthand that
I mean, I've never tried.
Yeah. I can't think of one.
Nothing,
Oh,
Tommy?
I mean, come on, really? Nothing?
I mean, you can even go the Clugger route. Just different.
What do you mean by the clugger route? It's a good joke.
Wait.
Fuck you.
Alright, well, Tommy, you can keep thinking if you want, but we can move on.
Yeah, I gotta come with like just top rope. Just
Alright, so what's next?
Story time. All right, Tommy, would you like to take it away? Tommy?
I
Oh
would
my god.
love. What?
is somebody dying?
I think Nick be choking on something. I won't say what, but it does seem like he be choking.
No, I just licked something on accident.
I'm sorry, did you say you just licked something?
Yeah,
On accident?
I was staring at Lucas in the we're looking at each other like on a Zoom so we don't speak over each other hopefully this time, and I was making eye contact with him and I wanted to pretend to lick my deodorant, and I accidentally made contact between my tongue and the edge of my deodorant.
How did it taste?
Grim.
Did it taste like it smells?
No, it tastes like soap. You know how you would like
Yeah,
have
yeah.
soap? It tastes like that. It was gross.
Then when
That,
your
like,
mom says she's
blue-
gonna wash out your mouth.
Yes.
The like blue deodorant, like light blue. I always want to take a bite out of that.
Or is it like opaque white?
Yeah, what kind of deodorant you got?
that.
What are we working with? I mean, I'm a speed stick guy myself.
Me, I use this company called AOS Art of Sport, and it's
What
all
the hell?
natural. And my mom like hates what's it called, like aluminium in our
Aluminum, sir. We're from America.
Yeah, I use one of the aluminum-free Old Spice deodorants.
Gotcha.
yeah. My mom, I don't know. My mom dislikes a bunch of stuff in it, and this company she likes, and it smells really good. And also, I've had an issue with like chemical burns in the past, so this not burning me is fun. So I really
Why
like.
you don't do
and it
acid,
smells good.
kids?
Axe is the superior deodorant.
Yeah.
Oh,
For
God.
what?
What are you,
Fifth grader
12?
Tommy?
Yeah. Come on.
No, dude, it's actually not the gel stuff. The gel stuff is trash and like algorithmic, not chemical burns. I don't think you get chemical burns from deodorant. I think it's just chafing, probably.
No, it was like it would get all red. It was terrible.
Chafing is the worst.
Yeah. But
You gonna tell us your story, Tommy? Or are we gonna sit here and talk about chafing for the next hour? Because I'm kind of okay with either. You're the guest, though.
All right, Tommy, go ahead.
so basically, some backstory to this is I was with a few members of this podcast, and we were going to a Red Sox game, and we were pretty hungry beforehand, so we stopped at our local Subway. And I was just craving a meatball marinara sub, so we all go into Subway. It's pretty loud in there. There was like AC radio on, and there was a counter separating me and the person who was gonna like make my sub. And she asked me like, "What kind of sub do you want?" So like normal, I just said a meatball marinara, and then she said something, and I couldn't quite hear her. So I thought she was asking what kind of sub I wanted. So I said once again, meatball. And she looks at me with a strange face, like I'm just an idiot. And as I said, it was kind of loud in there. So I once again say meatball, and I finally hear her louder. She's like, "What kind of cheese do you want?" So I tell her the cheese. But the next question, so now I feel like an idiot just because I said meatball twice in response to what kind of cheese do you want? And so then she goes, "Is this for here or to go?" But I once again didn't hear her correctly and said meatball for a fourth time.
Yes, but that fourth time when
What?
she asked if it was for here to go, it was the most like condescending and the most like, I don't know, Tommy seemed kind of aggravated that he had to say meatball 4 times, but he wasn't answering the question right any of the times.
Can we get a reenactment right now, Tyler? Do you want to pretend?
Yeah,
to
would
be
you
the,
like me? All right, yeah, I'll give you an impression of how Tommy said it. So yeah,
Yeah.
yes,
Let's get a
yes.
reenactment.
Yes, the lady asked him if he wanted for her to go, and Tommy leans forward into the right into the counter, and he's like, "Meatball."
No, I wanted
She
Tommy.
wouldn't give me the
meatball.
meatball sub.
The man just wanted his
That's not what
balls
she
of
was
meat.
asking.
No, this is what I'm saying is Tommy plays Tommy, and Tyler, you play the Subway worker.
I'm not
Yeah, do
doing
the whole
this.
combo.
I want a live reenactment. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, let's do this.
All I know is about I didn't know
Just try-
Tommy.
okay, do you want me to do it? I wasn't even
Yeah,
there. But
yeah, sure.
You gotta
Okay.
start off with welcome to Subway.
I got you.
Insert
Okay.
Indian name.
Okay. Hi, welcome to Subway. What can I get for you?
Hi, can I get a meatball sub?
What kind?
A meatball sub.
Okay, what kind of cheese do you want?
Meatball.
What kind of cheese do you want?
Meatball.
Tommy just loves balls of meat, confirmed.
What can I say? I got my
What
face.
kind of
Dude,
cheese do you want?
Oh, can I get American cheese?
Sure. Is that for here or to go?
Meatball.
Dude, you guys are really butchering this. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna lie.
this is. I don't know how to feel about this, guys.
It's funny
What?
because it sounds so awful.
Wait, I have a question.
Can we
So-
cut this out?
No,
Yeah.
No.
Definitely
No,
not.
absolutely not.
you can
Wait,
stop
I have
it,
a
but we're not
question.
gonna.
Tommy, did any of the people who were with you, like Tyler, did you hear what the lady was saying the whole time?
Yeah, I know exactly what she was
So
asking.
you could hear that
Oh.
she was asking like normal questions, and Tommy.
Yeah,
just
and then
kept
Tommy kept
saying
responding with meatball.
Wait, Tommy. So why couldn't you hear if you were like the closest one?
I have no idea. I think she was like just not.
I mean, Tommy and I
speaking.
were right next to each other, so I mean, I don't know what was up with Tommy, but
Oh my goodness.
Can we like keep talking about this day? Because that was a fun day, I must say. Because after
Wait,
this,
was this?
this was the
was
day we
this-
took that photo, Tyler, on the train.
Oh my god, yeah, we were on the T, and there's this older Asian woman. There was 4 of us, Tommy, Nick, and myself, and another one of our friends who will be on the pod eventually.
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
Oh wait, I've
Um,
seen this photo.
Yeah, and I was sitting next to Lucas on the train, and oh no, Lucas wasn't there. No,
I wasn't
I was
there.
sitting next to No, I was
You were
sitting
next to Christian.
Yeah, I was next to Christian, and Nick texts me. He's like, "Take a picture of us," and the older lady is standing or like just sitting next to them, like with her head leaning against like one of the like the handrails, and Nick and Tommy both smile, and I just take their picture, and like the lady looks like depressed or something.
I kept texting in the group chat like, Tommy, smile. We're taking a picture with the lady sitting next to
Oh
you.
yeah,
Tyler, take a photo. Tyler, take. I sent it like 6 times, and you're like, why? And I'm like, take a photo.
I was so confused.
If you want to see this photo, it is now on our Instagram. Go look at it.
Yep. And then Tommy, would you like to transition to the second story from that night?
So it's the end. We were at a Red Sox game. It's the end of the game, and I don't know what the score was, the final score was, but the Red Sox lost. And one of our buddies, the one that isn't in this podcast, he had a soda. I think he had a soda or a bottle cap or something.
No,
It was one of
the
those souvenir
refillable ones.
cups. It was a
Yeah.
souvenir
Souvenir
cup
cup.
without a top.
Yeah. So the Red Sox lose, and he does just a reenactment of like an angry fan throwing a cup onto the field. He didn't throw it. He kept it in his hand 100%. Like, didn't throw anything.
There was nothing
just-
in the cup.
Just did it for fun. And I guess a little bit of the Coca-Cola, of the soda, just like flew up a few rows and landed on a seat. Didn't hit anyone or anything. Then Christian, he laughs and looks at all of us and points down and saying like, "Oh my goodness, the soda just got on the seat down there. Thankfully, it didn't hit anyone." I don't remember his exact words, but he's pointing down, and I don't think any of us noticed that there are any people down there. But all of a sudden, this middle-aged woman, like 45 years old, she looks back at us and is just like, "Are you serious right now?" Something like that. And we're all like, "What?" And the woman is just like, "You're laughing at my autistic daughter." And so obviously all of us were just like, "Are you serious?" Like, we didn't even know she was there.
We
We
were
didn't.
so confused.
So we were just so confused, and we're obviously defending ourselves because we didn't do anything wrong. And then like another person behind us just chimes in and is like, "Grow up, guys, just apologize." And so we just didn't do anything because I don't even, did we like apologize? I
No,
don't
we
even remember. Like,
purposely did not because we were
like,
Yeah, we didn't do anything wrong.
no, we were annoyed because Christian did that, and then we were all laughing, and then she turned around and yelled at us, and we just froze, and we're like, "What?" Because at the end of like
Because we were so
sports games-
confused.
Yeah, we were confused because at the end of sports games where everyone's like kind of trying to shuffle their way out, not get lost in the sea of people. Because we were still stuck in our seats when we were just kind of joking around, and then when she turned around and said that to us, it
We were just so confused.
that just blindsided us.
That's
And
not
then
what
it was everyone in the section like against us. We're like, we didn't do anything wrong.
Well, she
So,
yelled
They
it
didn't
too,
laugh at the
'cause
autistic kid.
we didn't know there was one. How are
We
you supposed to
laughed
tell by the
at
back of
the-
the head?
It went
Wait,
like
did
6
you
rows
guys-
in front of us.
Did you guys explain like, "Oh no,
No,
just
no, we
laughed
tried
at
to.
the
No one was
cup."
We tried to.
We'd say like 2 words. We'd be like, we were pretend. My friend was trying to be like a fake angry fan because we just lost, and I'd get like 2 words and try to say that. She'd be like, "Stop making excuses," yada yada yada, and we were just like,
No
We
one
all
was hearing it.
we kind of just whispered to each other to just not talk, and then
Wow.
I don't know, we kind of just dipped to the bathroom.
Tommy, would you like to
Definitely
tell-
a big miscommunication right there.
But there was no communication whatsoever. Like they wouldn't let us communicate.
A bunch of Karens.
And Tommy said after that something along the lines of, "It's people like her that makes the world a terrible place," or something along the lines. Something
Were
like
we
that.
like? Yeah, we were. That was so.
No,
fun.
we
The way
were
he
on the
said it.
concourse. Yeah.
And then weren't we like taking the tee back? And didn't something else funny happen on the tee? Weren't we all like jammed in?
Yeah, it's wild after Red Sox games when you're getting back on the tee.
That was.
'Cause, I mean,
fun.
everyone
missed
comes
those
in at different
$9
times.
tickets.
Yeah, I know. But luckily, I'll be close enough and I can still buy them.
Yeah, I know. I'll be going to freaking Nationals games.
Tommy and I will go to meet at the Red Sox games next year, and Phil can come join us too. And Lucas. Clug, I don't
fuck,
know if you're
man?
gonna be let out. Clug, I don't know if you're gonna be let out of your
I'm
house
still
by
gonna
then.
be right here.
No, Clug, you're probably not gonna be let out of your house by then.
Come on, man. Don't do me like that.
Clug, you already rejected my proposal to go to a Red Sox game earlier this year.
Okay, you know what? I was in no condition to be going to a game in public.
All right, do we want to transition into just some random stuff and also like questions?
Sure.
Does anyone have anything?
Do our guests have anything to say?
Yeah.
Guess not.
Um,
Huh?
I don't think so.
Nothing on your mind?
Do you guys have any questions for us, the podcasters?
Yeah.
Why did you guys decide to make a podcast?
Well, I can answer this. So basically, well, I didn't come up with the idea. It was either I think it was Phil. Phil, did you come up with the idea, or
I
is that
think so.
PJ?
I
Yeah,
think it was me.
you. Yeah, and honestly, some of the stuff we like, because we were on Discord every night, and some of the stuff we say on Discord is, I don't know, it's kind of funny. So I mean, we figured let's put all our thoughts in one place, and we're having a lot of fun with this podcast. Even though our viewership is down right now,
Even though nobody listens, it's fun to record.
it is fun.
At least you guys are having a good time. That's all that matters.
Yeah, it's fun to pretend like we're actually being
That's
serious.
like what you
and trying
say
to
to
do
the
stuff.
kid that doesn't do anything on the sports team. At least you're having fun. That's okay.
All right. And listen,
Oh
you'll get
my
there. It's like
God.
my stream, right? It's like we'll get there. By the way, go drop a follow. Twitch.tv/CaptainRock32.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you. Sorry, I had to do it.
What other podcasts do you guys listen to?
I'm not really listening to any right now, but I did enjoy listening to the Hard to Swallow podcast earlier this year by two of our classmates. I'm sure you guys all listened to it
Three.
as well.
3.
Or three of our
Three.
classmates. Oops.
Yeah, they're okay. We're
Yeah.
we're better though.
I like theirs.
Can't
I thought
forget
theirs
about the
was funny.
calculator.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to
Whoa.
them.
The computer.
Oh yeah. Computer.
Yeah,
I listen to a few podcasts. I've listened to the Misfits podcast. That was the one that really got me into podcasts because I don't know, I just find them hilarious.
I listened to their
Um,
pilot today. And
Is
I
that
don't know,
the
just
story?
because
The Poland story?
The
No, that's
Poland.
episode 2.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I don't know, I didn't really vibe with their pilot. I might still listen to it.
you need to
But
listen to the Poland story.
Yeah,
Listen to
that one.
episode
is
2.
the
It's like an hour
funniest.
and a half, and it's so good.
Okay.
I might listen to
That
it again.
funny
episode
guys.
is so good.
Yeah, they're
I listen to it every
guys.
once in a while.
What else do I listen to? I listen to a it's called The Darkest Timeline. One of my favorite shows on Netflix is called Community, and they get Ken Jeong and Joel McHale, and they bring on guests and they speak about like episodes. It's kind of like the Office one that like
Oh, I listened
Jenna
to that.
Fisher and
It's a really
Angela
good
do.
podcast. It's a really good
Gotcha.
podcast.
What else do I listen to? I listen to some Italian podcasts just to try to become more fluent in Italian.
Wait, okay,
Um,
let's talk about that. Nick, why are you learning Italian? Just for fun?
Yeah, for fun. I was talking. I actually had my college advisor meetings today, and so I don't have any. They don't teach foreign languages first year at where I'm going,
Oh, really?
which I thought was kind of odd because they max you
Interesting.
out. You can only take 6 courses in a semester, which I thought was kind of odd. I assumed I could just keep adding courses on if I wanted, but they
Yeah.
maxed me out.
Interesting. I don't even get to choose, so I guess you're lucky.
I didn't get to choose mine either.
No, yeah, I got to choose like my drawing ones, and that was fun. But
But
yeah,
wait.
so
So are you
I'm-
like fluent?
no, so part of my family speaks it.
Okay.
And like because I have cousins over in Italy. I think they're second cousins, and I've always wanted to like go over and visit them. Plus like Olympics, World Cup, anything like that, I've always been like root for USA, then Italy. I don't know, it just we have Italian food,
Okay.
just
Yeah,
very
yeah,
big
yeah.
into Italy, like. And
Okay,
so I've
so
always
speak some Italian for us right now.
io sono molto bene. I am very good.
He's nailed the accent.
Yeah.
It's more of I know a bunch of like one-liners, like swears and stuff, just because that's funny to learn.
Say
I don't
like
know.
something, and we'll
Nick,
try to guess.
say
like,
you're
what
driving
it
in
is.
Italy in like a smart car. Some dude randomly cuts you off. What do you yell at your window?
Vaffanculo caso, and that means like fuck you, you're a dick. Michael, if you're listening,
Nailed
I'm
it.
sorry. I definitely did not swear in English.
Interesting.
Fuck you.
He passed the test.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I want to learn more about my culture, and I think it's kind of cool. Plus, it's kind of like Spanish, but it's cooler. So that's all I have to say.
It was pretty neat.
Don't
neat
you
language.
speak like Russian or something, Nicolina? I remember.
I
like-
do know a few words. Yes.
Wow.
I did Duolingo in Russian for summer because where I work down the Cape, there was a ton of Russian, like foreign exchange student workers type things. And they were really cool people. So I wanted to get to know how to say a few things. So the like 5 words that I know how to say more than 5, but the 5 like words that I know best are like please, thank you, you're welcome, bye, and bicycle. That's what I know.
I know how to say 2 words in
Bicycle.
Russian.
What are they?
Psychoblat.
I don't know.
My
what
Counter
that
Strike
means.
players will understand that.
what
Rush
about
B, boys.
vodka?
Rush B.
I don't know if
Vodka
that's
is
a
vodka
Russian
in
word.
Russian.
Oh, is it?
I'm pretty sure it is.
Interesting.
Psychoblat, Rush B.
I don't know. Does anyone else speak any languages here? Well, we're gonna kind of go on
I
this.
mean, I took French. I'm not going to say I speak it, but did take French. I was one of 3 guys that took French throughout all of high school. It was something, all right. My man Lucas here used to take it, but he left me. But I continued. Still not very good at it, but bonjour. Just kidding, it's not bonjour, bonjour.
Wait,
Je
only
m'appelle
3
Cluj.
people?
No, there are more than 3. I can name
3
like,
guys,
5
I
right
said.
now.
3 guys that
Yeah.
finished
Oh,
completely.
that
Yeah.
finished it.
Like
That
Ben
went all
Charles.
the way.
That's still like kind of low than I
Oh
was
yeah,
expecting.
no, that was it. That was it. There was 3.
Well,
I
it was Troy and I in our Spanish class, the only 2 boys. All the other boys were in the other Spanish class.
That's a rip.
Nicolina was in that class too.
I was. That was a fun class. Absolutely
yes.
my favorite for sure.
Yeah.
Spanish was fun until 8th grade when a certain teacher, I won't say her name, I had like a B minus, and she didn't think I was ready for normal Spanish, so she put me in low Spanish freshman year, and then I tried to like
Aw.
combat it, and she wouldn't let me take Latin, and now I've hated this teacher since. So
I have a great,
She-
very, very comedic story surrounding foreign language. If we have a minute here.
let's hear it.
So I'm sitting there. It's 8th grade, right? I've been taking French for 2 years at this point. We started at 6th grade, and I have a teacher, and we're trying to pronounce a word. I don't remember what the hell the word was. But she goes, it's supposed to, have a certain like feel to it in your throat, right? When you say it.
Oh,
So she grabs my hand, and she puts it on her throat. She says the word. She makes me like feel her throat as she says it. And she's like, now here, let me feel yours. And she
This is
grabs
really
my throat.
uncomfortable.
And I'm like, what's going on here? And then I moved. But then I moved back. That wasn't why I moved. It was just coincidental. But yeah, that was a good one.
that's
will you
really
be
weird.
cashing in on that check from the public school system?
Yeah, right.
Um,
Public schools sure is something. I'll tell you.
I mean, we got lucky with the public school.
Oh, we very much did, but just in general, public school do be something else.
all right. Well, back to my my podcast question. I don't know. I listened to a lot of podcasts like before quarantine, and then I kind of stopped, and then I caught up on all of them. But I listened to Section 10, which is the Red Sox Barstool one. I listened to Office Ladies. That's a good podcast. Nick mentioned that one earlier. And personally, my favorite podcast I listen to is Alexi Lawless's State of the Union. It's run by Fox and hosted by Alexi Lawless, who was an American soccer player. Now he's a Fox Sports analyst, and it's a American soccer podcast, but they also talk about like foreign leagues and stuff. And I don't know, I find it really interesting.
That's pretty cool. I've
Yeah,
never much of a podcast, like listening to podcast guy myself. There's
yeah.
one I've watched occasionally. That's less of a podcast, more of like a game show. That guy on Twitch does. His name's Raj Patel. It's called the Raj Lorette, and it's like
Oh, I've seen that.
or the Rajler, sorry.
Uh-huh.
And it's like The Bachelor, and they have one guy on there and like 10 girls. And you have to try to find a date by the end of it. And they ask like a bunch of shitty questions. It's like a whole like game show sort of thing.
I've seen. Sorry to cut you off, but I've seen that. But it was like 10 girls and one guy.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, what I was just saying because you said 10 guys, one girl, but I saw one the other way around, and it was Call Me Carson. He was the Bachelor, and that one
funny.
was so funny.
I watched the one with the Swagger Souls. And
I watched that one. Yeah, that's where that rings a bell.
And they had Mason on there too.
Macy.
Was he the Bachelor, or were they?
No, Swagger Souls was the Bachelor, and then Mason was on there. It was all the girls, and then Mason.
That same thing happened with Call Me Carson. There was one dude that was like pretending to be gay. It was funny.
No, I think Mason's actually bi. I think.
Oh.
I am unsure. All I know is that man is hilarious. But at the same time,
oh god, it was so funny.
He is nuts. Tyler. Oh, I had one more that I've listened to. So this one's actually been in the news recently. It's the Call Her Daddy podcast by Barstool.
Oh, I've seen that. I don't know if I've
seen it. I haven't watched it.
I haven't looked into it. Yeah.
It was really interesting. I don't know, because originally
what is it about?
Originally it's like a relationship podcast sort of thing. Whereas these two like they're like 25 and 26. Well, they were 25 and 26. One of them tried to like sue Barstool for money, and so her like okay, the way it went is there were these two
I heard
hosts,
about this actually.
Alexandra or Alex Cooper, and then Sophia Franklin, and they kind of had this like relationship one, and they were like the number 2 or number 3 podcast like in the world, like number 1 for relationships, because it's like two girls like 2 or 3 years out of college, so they're just like talking about experiences, and it was like really funny. And then Sophia like started dating whoever owns or he works for like HBO, and then he basically kind of manipulated her into like wanting Dave Portnoy, the owner of Barstool, who like owns their like podcast, to like pay them more. And then Alex, and it was like a whole big drama. I'm definitely not saying this very well, but I don't know. They just ended up Sophia kind of ended up getting kicked off, so now Alex is on it like by herself. I have no idea if she's trying to like find a co-host, but I don't know. I listened to it because it was funny. And,
interesting.
I think that's it for podcasts. I mean, I've listened to 1 or 2 of like Logan Paul's, and then just a few random ones.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I mean, I listened to the interesting ones like Ben Shapiro's. And
I can't stand the guy. Not Ben Shapiro. I mean, I don't love Ben Shapiro, but I don't hate him. Raises some interesting points. Logan Paul, I'm not a fan.
Yeah, sure.
Be a Maverick.
The podcasts I listen to, I don't really listen to many anymore. I used to be big into the H3 podcast.
Oh, yeah, H3.
But I haven't seen any of those in a little bit. And the Misfits. The Misfits I used to listen every episode as soon as they came out.
It's like Swagger. I watch his streams and stuff. His YouTube. I find myself hardly willing to sit down and just listen to something for an hour.
I usually am multitasking.
Yeah.
Like I listen to my podcast now while I'm working. Like
okay.
When out doing the yard work and stuff. That's when I listen to my podcasts. But before I'd listen to them like when I was doing like homework or if I was like in the car or something.
I gotcha. I'm just such a big music guy. Like that's my my go-to
Same.
music. You know.
That's why I don't really listen to podcasts anymore. Because I'm just whenever I'm like doing work or something. I'll be
I mean,
listening to
except for
music.
this podcast, obviously. That's
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of the exception.
I forgot about one. I'm not sure if any of you have heard it. It's called the Shameless Podcast. It has like Soup, The Do, McNasty, like that friend group of like
Love
YouTubers.
McNasty.
They put out like 4 episodes, like I don't know, a week apart, and that kind of stopped. So like
Gotcha.
I don't know. It was hilarious though because I don't know. I just like those creators. And that's it
good
from
stuff.
me. I'll stop talking now.
Oh, thank God.
Lucas, do you listen to any?
I haven't really listened to any recently. I I listened to the Misfits one up until like 40s, up until the 40s, and then I kind of stopped listening to them.
Yeah, that's
And I
what
listened to
happened
this.
with me too.
Yeah, I listened to this one for like 2 weeks. It was called like I forget the name, but it was these girls that like no, it was the Wine and Crime podcast. They just like got drunk and then talked about really weird crimes. It was really interesting.
I think
You know
I've
what's
listened to one of those.
you know what's
That they've
hilarious
committed?
that they
No, they just talk about like
Oh.
other people.
Oh,
Comedy
Jeffrey
Central's
Dahmer.
Drunk History. You guys ever watch that? Comedy Central, the
I
Drunk
think
History.
I have. That's
Yeah, I have.
Like celebrities come on and they get drunk as fuck, and then they start telling like history stories. It's hilarious.
Cool.
Okay, fine. Sorry, I was just trying to raise a point here, but you know what? Be that way.
All right. So we have decided that we are going to put this out as a two-parter, just because we have other stuff we'd like to talk to. So I'm going to wrap this one up, and then you can listen to the part 2 of episode 4. So before we go, I just want to make sure you guys know about our social media accounts. We're on Twitter, which is Chatter Cheeky, Instagram, Cheeky Chatter Pod, and TikTok, Cheeky Chatter Podcast. Hit us with a follow. We do post often. There we do post about like sending us questions. There's also a post like every time we upload a new episode, you'll get a notification there. So it's just a good thing to have, and it also means a lot to us to know, who's out listening to our podcast. Because I mean, apparently on Spotify we've had 37 listeners, but we don't know who those 37 listeners are. So yeah, tell us what you think about the podcast. It would mean a lot.
if you're on Apple Podcasts, leave us a review and we might read
Yeah.
it.
There you go.
'Cause
We
We
probably will. read
definitely
it.
will, because
Yeah.
we.
Just 1 second. I think I'm the only actual like separate content creator on here. Captain Rock on most platforms. I stream, make videos sometimes.
Give him your money on Twitch. That's all I'm gonna say.
he's the best streamer I've ever seen.
Twitch Prime, boys.
There's no cap there.
All right. Well, we'll see you on part 2. See you then.
As they say on the legendary show Wipeout and on the Cheeky Chatter podcast. Good night and big balls.
Big balls.